the melons are eaten from the outside in.
Previously.
I said, well, we're gonna grow our own fruits and vegetables here, just like we do down in Orange County. All the locals that we met said, oh, it can't be done. Nobody grows anything up here. Well, you don't say that to the flavor guy. That's a challenge.
And now.
So challenges of farming up here in this type of environment, you're up about 7,500 feet. The first year you had all the animals, birds, rodents, deer, and then you had the water issues. It took us a while to figure out. We had to develop our own water system. So we have water come up from the well, and then we installed these tanks, and then we put solar power to them, and we took 12-volt RV pumps, which are demand pumps. For you guys out there that know about that kind of stuff, you totally get it. Then we ran hoses from the tanks and those RV pumps over to the gardens, and then we put in little tiny battery-powered timers. And you had that first year, you had timer failure, didn't know you needed a charge controller that was capable of more than 25 watts because we were using 100-watt solar panels. And so, come up here, plant that garden. I literally planted 3 gardens the first summer up here. It wasn't until I got to the third one that I finally got success. And then, of course, not enough time for stuff to grow and mature and, get that first frost, and you come out and the entire garden looks like spinach. Then the second year, come out, figured out the waters. Then it was more about frequency of coming up here because you've got to fill those tanks up yourself. I have not yet got to a place where I trust leaving the well charged and running and then filling up tanks. There's pipes that, they have a big 4-inch water line that somewhere along the way leaks. And if we leave that 6,000-gallon tank open up there, you can come back 2 weeks later and it's empty. So we have to shut all that off. We'll have to redo those lines. Probably later this fall, we'll start working on that before it snows. Last year, we had spinach and lettuce growing. Went in the house that night just thinking, okay, tomorrow we're gonna harvest and have some our first salads and some really cool spinach. Came out the next morning and all the rows of spinach and lettuce were gone, and realized there's a nocturnal rodent that's digging underneath the garden and eating up my vegetables. Don't touch tomatoes and corn, but man, loves strawberry, loves all the melon roots. And so early this spring, we dug out this upper garden and literally dug it down 5 feet, laid in this material mesh and laid that all in 5 feet down, up the sides. Thought we had the rodent problem fixed. So here we are in the 4th year. Fantastic garden, but we didn't take into consideration that where the gate opens and closes, there's a little gap. And so late in the summer, things are growing great, and suddenly the melons, which are climbing up the sides of the fence, start dying. And then as we investigated more, the melons are eaten from the outside in. They look like a melon, but there's nothing inside. And then started finding the little, holes, the burrows around the potatoes, and realized, okay, we forgot. You didn't think about that yeah, they burrow, but they also aren't stupid. They'll get up and walk on the surface at nighttime and crawl through the side of the gate fence. The challenges of gardening up here is that you're constantly learning, and you overcome those. Hey, we'll put some mesh across, have it overlap, so the gate will still open and close, but on the inside there'll be this overlap. We'll have to step over it, but they won't be able to get in. We'll have to do something to get them out because they're inside the garden, and they're doing a number on my potatoes right now. They definitely, we're gonna get some melons, but we're not gonna get the harvest that we would have gotten.